Paramount Pictures is currently filming a major motion picture in North Georgia called
Very Interesting Things, which you'll see once you check out that movie.
We generally work on a few different types of projects. Obviously, we do a lot of short films.
Michael, how did you get started in filmmaking?
A very large part of the success of any project.
And I started my filmmaking career actually on a cruise ship making short films.
Wow. I'm the executive producer to our new feature film, The Common Denominator.
Tell us a little bit about your character in the film.
She's really upset from the beginning, from the get-go.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, basically, I somehow started acting in 1990.
Hello, I'm Lauren Turner, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Rural Hollywood, a show that takes an in-depth look at all aspects of the movie industry, from pre-production to post. On today's episode, Priyanka Karan will talk to Eddie Brown and Roderick Monroe about their upcoming feature film, County Road 14. But first, Tanya Morris will sit down with screenwriter Clarence Thomas III about his feature films, The Block Party and Waters Rising.
Hello, my name is Tanya Morris, and I'm your host for Rural Hollywood, and today we have Clarence Thomas III from New Orleans. Hi, Clarence. I'm glad you're here with us today. And I hear you from New Orleans. First of all, how long have you been a writer in New Orleans?
About 3 to 4 years, 3.5.
3 to 4 years. Did you get a lot accomplished in those 3 to 4 years?
Oh yeah. I'm constantly writing, always, all the time. Okay. I keep a pad and a pen with me now.
And what was your first film to be produced as a feature film?
First film was The Block Party.
Mm-hmm.
It was the #1 independent rented film in the country.
Okay.
Been seen on BET Stars, Encore, pay-per-view, and a number of stars was casted in that also.
Wow, okay. And how did you get your first script produced?
It was a good friend of mine that was incarcerated with Cain and Abel.
Mm-hmm.
The rappers, twins. So when they came out, they told my buddy that they wanted to do a couple of movies. So I told them that I had a movie I wanted to do, but they wasn't interested in the film that I was trying to do. So they told me, well, could you write a film about two guys trying to throw a party? I said, okay, yeah, I can do it. How long I have? They said, you have a week, 7 days. So I just took the challenge, not knowing how to write a script. And I said, all right, I have it for you. And I actually did it in 6.5,
Wow, that's actually unheard of in the movie business to write an entire script, not alone a feature film in 6.5 days. Did you feel pressured, or did you think that it was some ploy for you to fail on their part?
Well, it was 135 pages. So what I come to realize, everybody's put on this earth with a gift.
Right.
And I think that that day when they told me, yes, we would accept you, that's when I found out this is my gift. For somebody to write 135 pages in 6.5 days, it's something you don't know nothing about. I didn't have a book, I didn't have the internet. I looked at half a piece of script on the DVD, and I wrote, and I went from there. So I figured, it was my calling, it was my gift. So I just wrote, and and the Lord just followed, took my hand, and just guided as I wrote. Did a great job.
It's very impressive. Can you tell us a little bit about The Block Party? And I will say The Block Party.
D-A, not T-H-E.
Okay.
It's the hood.
Okay, okay.
You know anything about hood?
A little bit.
Yeah, I doubt it. It's about two friends that grew up in it's called the Seventh Ward in New Orleans. It's like one of the hardest areas in New Orleans.
Okay.
One of the main brothers died, gets shot. So his brother used to throw a block party every year, every summer, at the end of the summer. And in New Orleans, block parties are big events.
Okay.
They'll put barriers in the street, block the streets off and put the DJ and food, and so he decided that he wanted to do it after his brother got killed. But he had baby mama drama, he had drug dealers following him. Crooked cops, it was a mess, but he wound up getting a party,
Okay, what are the different producers and directors that you've actually worked with?
There's a guy named Will Horton. He actually did the. He's normally videos. You know, the latest video he did was a guy named DJ Onk walk Two Step. He directed that video.
With him. Yes.
He directed that video. He did a BG and C Murder video. He did I'm About It, the first movie. A guy named Amir Vladimir.
Okay.
And the last guy I did with the Greg Carter. He's like the director, king of independent film. He just directed the movie last Friday.
Okay.
It's the last Friday, and he did the Mike Jones, the new movie Mike Jones have coming out. American. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, make sure you tell us about that later. But what's your favorite genre of films to write?
Drama.
Drama.
People would say comedy because I'm a clown, but it's actually drama because it's in the comedies. What makes me laugh doesn't make everybody else laugh because I have a kind of funny sense of humor. And if you know me, you'll just say, "Oh, that's clown." If you don't, you might be offended.
Okay. Okay, with the degree of success that you've had in the industry, have some of the doors in Hollywood actually opened up for you? And do you actually have an agent representing you?
I don't have an agent. And the doors, they have not.
Okay.
The doors that has opened has been by me kicking them down. In the industry, it's you in the independent industry, they want to see a lot of the Friday type movies, the slapstick, to see us kind of making fun of us type deal. So what I'm trying to do now, I'm actually looking for an agent so I can, get beyond that. The films that I did 2 films before, and it's all about partying and drinking and smoking and this and that, and it's not just about that. Right. So everything that I did is by myself. I have no Hollywood come knocking at my door, although my door has moved due because Hurricane Katrina, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Do you think they try to portray the African American community in a different light? That's why they want you to do this slapstick comedy, or you feel having executive producers that are African American can actually relate more to your films and have a better insight on African Americans in films?
Most of the executive producers, even that they might have money, they don't come from exactly the hood. They don't know what goes on. Okay. So they really want to see, like, okay, how do y'all live? Right. How do y'all party? This we want to see. Write this down on paper because I don't know. I can't write it. So we need to go to the hood, find a guy from the hood that has some talent, and kind of, I don't want to say the word exploit, but in a way it is. But it pays the bills. Right. But you can only, I would say, sell your soul, a certain amount of times. You don't want, when you can't show, if it's a film that you do and you feel kind of shame showing your family, it's kind of, it's a funny business. Just like the rap business. It's shady if you don't watch yourself. But I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I do love writing. Let's not get that kind of, I do love what I do.
Do you see yourself actually directing one of your own films one day? I'm
directing one at the end of the summer. It's called Till Death Do Us Part. It's about, for BET, wrap it up, AIDS and HIV awareness.
Wow.
It's going to be about a 45-minute short.
Okay.
But I'm directing, the producer, executive producer, casting, everything coming out of my pocket. I'm doing everything. So that's going to be a nice project. And then it's something that I think I can be proud of, and you can see and say, okay, black people need to be aware.
Okay.
That it's something that we can learn from. All the other movies are good, but it needs something. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's a great film. It's a great script.
Let me ask you a little bit about that. Do you actually think that the stereotypes are a little bit higher in the African American community, or you think they're actually true? Because in some of the other races, I'll say, they portray African Americans as if we have the highest percentages of AIDS cases when in fact we do. Okay.
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, just about all stereotypes, they come from the truth. You know, just about, they come from, it might not be all the way true.
Okay.
But, you know, some of the stereotypes, we like chicken. Come on now. Who don't like fried chicken?
And watermelon.
Come on now. You know, who don't like to dance?
Okay.
You know, it's just, if I say it, it's fine. But if a white guy say it, oh, he's a racist. You know, but everything has this, you know, a little truth behind. You know, some white people can dance, believe it or not. You know,
some of them can't.
Yeah, a lot of them can't. But but that's just so, you know, stereotype has some truth in it. You know.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to Popeyes when I leave here.
See. Well, what other projects do you actually have coming up that you want to share with your viewers?
I had a new one come. Well, I'm working on one called Hazed. It's a fraternity movie. I don't know if y'all saw, you know, the other movie, Stomping the Yard.
Yes.
And a lot of Greeks do not agree with it.
Okay.
Because it was nothing like the fraternity life or the stepping life. Nothing, not even close, remotely close.
Okay.
You know, so I wrote one, and it's the real thing. It's the secrets. It's, you know, everybody who didn't pledge or who did some type of fraternity sorority knows. Either when you watch the film or you read the script, you know, you're gonna say it's either for me or it's not. But I understand, because a lot of people are dying, you know, doing it, and everybody say, well, why would you die? Why would you pay $600 for somebody to beat you to be your friend? And it's more than that. It's much more than that. And
you know, when I was in school, I actually had no desire to pledge. I'm gonna actually see some of the, I don't know, something that's a little bit more behind just the stepping, the sisterhood part of it. You know, I really like that part, and I kind of regret it in a sense, but for the most part, I didn't want to pay to be in a group. And maybe because I was uneducated about the fraternities and sororities altogether.
And that's what a lot of people are, they're uneducated about what goes on. But it's not for everybody. It's not. And like I say, when you read the script or whenever I get the movie done, you might not agree with it, but you would understand. Okay. You know, and that's all I'm trying to get everybody. It's actually the Greeks' point of view. And there's some secrets. You know, I can see I'm getting a lot of phone calls about, you know, you wasn't supposed to say that, you wasn't supposed to do this, but it's a good one. And I have one called Down Low.
Okay.
Oh man, I have so many scripts.
Well, tell us about Water Rising. Your audience doesn't actually know, but I know about a film you're actually coming out called Water Rising. Can you actually tell us about that? May
15th. It came out May 15th. It has won two awards. 2007 San Diego Film Festival Best Docu Drama, and the World Fest International Film Festival 2007 Best Docu Drama. Okay. And it's from Hurricane Katrina. About two brothers growing up in the project, and right before the hurricane hit, they did some things that they weren't supposed to do. Okay. And before the hurricane hit, it catches up with them. And then the hurricane hit, and they start their life over. You have to see it. I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
But it's a great film. Great actors.
Well, guys, the show is called, the actual picture is called Water Rising, so you want to pick it up at your local Blockbuster. But I want to thank you, Clarence, for actually coming in and joining us on Rural Hollywood, and I hope to see you again in some of your other future projects.
Thank you.
For more information, log on to our website at www.ruralhollywood.com. Next up is Priyanka Karan and her interview with Eddie Brown and Roderick Monroe about their feature film, County Road 14.
Hi everyone, I'm Priyanka Karan, and today we have Eddie Brown Jr. and Roderick Monroe of Surround Filmworks, and they're based out of Perry, Florida. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for having us.
And so I'll start with you, Eddie. So tell me a little bit about your background and how you got into filmmaking.
Well, it started back in high school. I was in band and art and photography, and I liked all of that stuff. So I wanted to go to film school when I left. Parents didn't want me to do it, but I ended up doing it anyway. And that's when I started back in like '97. And ever since then, I've been jumping on project. And from there, film festivals, helped organize a couple film festivals, and finally decided to just do my own movie.
Okay, and what about you, Roderick?
Well, I've always had a
love for film. Ever since I was a child, I used to steal my dad's VHS camera, the big broken ones, and film around the house. But me and Eddie here always been best friends, and I just got started whenever he come back home and say, hey, I got a project you want to work on, and I said, yes, why not? I mean, this sounds like an opportunity of a lifetime.
Okay, so basically then the whole friendship then ended up becoming into a partnership.
Yes.
So tell me something, so where did this idea for the film come about? Like, how did it come around?
Well, actually, I was in Colorado with one of my friends, and I had wrote a short story called Stranded. And it was going to be a short. We started shooting it, and one of my the guys on the production, he was like, well, why don't we just make this to a full movie? So I went and researched about all the legends that we heard on the road. And my grandmother had even told me a couple legends about the road. So I took all the stuff I heard, put it into a nice story. And some of that stuff is based on true events, some of it isn't.
Right.
So it's a mixture of fiction and truth.
Okay, so a lot of it is a lot of urban legends. And so now tell me something, you came up with this idea, so how long did it take you think, from that idea to actually come into like a full script and then be ready to go into, like, you know, decide to go into?
Timeline, honestly, was we started shooting the short in August. We started writing the script in September. I cast it in November. We started shooting in February.
Oh wow, so it's not really a whole lot of time. And what made you, like, I know you guys have been friends, but kind of like, how did you decide, Roderick, to go into and, you know, do the script? Was it the script that caught your attention, or what was it?
I'm a big fan of horror and suspense, so when he told me the stories about the road, and I've heard stories about him too, I said, man, that's just right up my alley right there. It's just the bizarre and the weird. So that was just something that, you know, felt like a duck in the water, you know.
Okay. So Roderick, then in that case, will you want to tell us a little bit about kind of what County Road 14 is about?
Yes, County Road 14 is about a lady named Regina Koufax who finds out that her auntie passed away. And she inherited the house called the Gravestone. And upon returning back home, she started to find out what the
different legends.
Different legends and things.
And she found out ghosts. It's actually a big past about what happened to her grandmother. Their family was involved with a lynching back in the 18th century, and the old lady that was a part of that lynching has been killing off the people that basically lynched her. So she's been killing off their generations. And that was one of the urban legends on the highway. People say they'll see an old black lady in a rocking chair. So when they see it, well, I heard a couple people say that. So I took that and put that in. We made a character called Rita Mae Cobbs. And she's really the ghost that's like taunting and trying to get Regina Koufax. But there's another ghost in the movie called Sarah Murphy. Sarah Murphy was killed by mistake because she was being attacked by a predator. And she got hit by a train, but the train was on the course of County Road 14, and she seen Rita Mae Cobbs because that was a descendant, and that's how the story rolls. So you got both of these ghosts in the movie, and it's like a big mystery plus thriller.
And pretty much this movie, you got your horror, you got your suspense. You got your love story.
Oh, really?
I mean, everything.
It's an all-in-one?
It's all in one package. I mean,
was that kind of hard, trying to put in, like, you know, so many different types of genres all together into a movie? Was that kind of a challenge?
Not really. But when it came to shooting the movie, it was like shooting 4 different movies. And putting them in one. Because we got an old sequence. We got 2 old sequences because they're in 2 different time periods. Then we got the present. Then we got the love story and the things that's going on in the present, plus the horror part of it, and then we got the thrillers. So it was basically like shooting 4 different movies at once.
Oh wow, that must have. So in that case, let's go take a look at the trailer.
Within the past 6 months, there has been an increasing amount of accidents on County Road 14. Local law officials will not release us any information.
The driver thinks that he hit a human, but he's not positive. some information for you.
Really? What'd you find out?
We found the dead body on County Road 14.
What in the hell are you doing? You are over at the library doing research on ancient history? You've been sending stuff off to a lab to be processed that I don't know anything about? What the hell is going on, Regina?
Huh? I raised you. What, Robert? To be a drunk? To waste your life? Papa was right. You're just like he was.
Not me, please. Not me.
You gotta get off this road or you're all gonna die.
He's already driving too fast, Regina.
Oh, so what? Get a ticket, I don't care.
Payback's a bitch, ain't it?
So, what are your plans for the movie? So, in terms of let's say explain this a little bit. So, what do you want to see? Like, you know, what do you want to do with the distribution of it? What do you want to do with? Where do you see it going? And kind of, what's the plans?
We would like to premiere it in a variety of theaters across the country. Pretty much get it out there. Maybe think about a film festival or two.
Okay.
Yeah, we're mostly, my most target is mostly independent theaters across the country.
Right.
Since the website's been up, I've gotten messages from all kind of people from around the country. So,
oh wow.
Those fans that are fans of the movie, we're gonna put it up for them in their theaters, and hopefully ain't their big expense, but most likely we're looking at DVD distribution.
Oh wow.
But I'm gonna try to premiere it as much as I can before that can happen.
Okay.
So.
Right.
And that's all gonna be self-distribution at this point, unless someone helps us out.
Right. So tell me something. What is, like, is this your first movie that you're distributing on your own, or? So, I mean, what are some of the challenges that you faced while doing this process?
The biggest thing is funds. Money is always going to be the biggest thing, but when it comes down, MySpace has helped a lot.
Really?
Because the MySpace world, you can get it out to more people than you normally can.
Right.
And then having the website itself, we just did like bullet marketing. And, I put a lot of teasers out there so people can see what the project's about. The trailer's changed probably like 4 times.
Oh wow.
So I just want to keep people understanding what this story is about, and hopefully it creates a buzz.
Right.
And people like, I like this movie. So.
And do you have a set target audience for it, or or is there like a certain group of people that you're trying to target, or is it kind of like for everyone, or kind of
It's a movie for everyone, but I would say a slight. Our target was trying to be a PG-13 rating.
Really? Okay.
But we kind of changed some things, and it kind of went to the little gory side. So I wouldn't say it's for small children.
Yeah. I told them, I say, we're true filmmakers, and we don't want to rob our art.
Right.
Just because we want to target a certain audience, we want to put everything that we put into it on film.
Okay.
So it does have, I would warn people, it does have a lot of racial slurs in it, because that's the time period in the area of the country it happened in. So it has racial slurs, it has some things that might disturb people, but at the same time, if you watch the movie in a whole, it just keeps your interest.
Really?
Like a roller coaster.
So where was most of this movie shot?
It was shot Perry, Florida,
Okay.
Tallahassee, and Jacksonville.
So how is the filmmaking community in that? Is it a big community? Is it a growing community? Is it kind of a little hard, you know, working there, or what is it like?
Well, Florida in a whole has been growing over the years.
Right.
Of course, they always said it was on Next Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
But lately, there has been more productions in Florida.
Okay.
Right now, I'm working on another production in Jacksonville that's pretty big. So there's constantly more productions coming in. Mostly it's always been school. But
Okay.
a lot of producers are coming in now since they passed the bill with the incentives. So
Okay.
it's becoming bigger.
So is there a lot of, has there been, like in some of the other projects that you worked on, is there a lot of collaboration? And
Well, different collaboration with different people. Like we're working on a short with Happy Cake Productions out of Jacksonville.
Okay.
And I'm also right now working on a production with Crown Productions. They're doing a movie called Sandream and Horizon, which is a Star Wars TV pilot.
Oh.
And they're going to present that to Lucasfilms.
Oh, wow.
And they've already put over $100,000 into the project.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Roderick, what about you? What are some of the challenges you've faced? I mean, kind of, you know, working on some of the projects that you've worked on.
Well, I'm sort of under his wing right now, and everything has been a challenge.
Right.
It's just learning everything I can learn about film. It's just everything was a challenge at first, but now it's sort of smoothing its way on out right now. You know, but maybe the biggest challenge was just organizing everything, getting it ready on the set. I mean, it's just mind blowing. Just when you say action, and you know, the camera, the people and stuff, the energy, it's just unbelievable.
Right. Okay. So you want to tell us a little bit about what you have in the pipeline in terms of other projects, also, you know, the projected release date for this movie and kind of what's in the works?
My projected release date for this movie is August the 25th.
Okay.
That's my projected.
Projected.
And we're also working on a short called Choices. That's going to have Brandon Groom and right now Carissa Jones in it. Device, which is the lead character in this movie, Cheryl Kalita, she's going to be in that one.
Oh, wow.
And the one we're doing with Happy Cake. And then we have Never Alone, which is another feature we're going to do in the next year. Coming in the next year.
So you have a lot of projects in the pipeline.
Yeah.
So now you want to tell us and tell the audience a little bit about where we can get some more information about this really cool movie, and kind of so maybe contact information if they want to get in touch with you, or you know, learn more about some of the projects that you have.
Okay.
So
you can go to surroundfilmworks.com, or you can go to countyroad14.com, and we also have MySpace pages as well.
Okay.
This is the poster of the movie, and we're gonna also give this to Rule Hollywood.
Okay.
And
well, thank you. Thank you very much. It looks very, very interesting. And so there's a MySpace page as well, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's County Road?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much for coming on the show, and we're really looking forward to the release of County Road 14.
Oh, no problem.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We'd like to thank our guests, Eddie Brown, Roderick Monroe, and Clarence Thomas III for appearing on our show. And we'd also like to thank you, the viewers, for joining us. So be sure to tune in next time for another episode of Rural Hollywood.